Hello. So I want to do a little video here and I want to talk about narcissism. I want to talk about narcissistic tendencies and narcissistic personality disorder. I think it's fair to say we all have some narcissistic tendencies. Some of these are healthy, some of these are not healthy. And then you have the disorder, right? You have narcissistic personality disorder. And I know for a while the word narcissist was being thrown around quite a bit. He's a narcissist because ABCD. So I think it's really important that we educate ourselves and to know what a narcissist is, what narcissism looks like. None of us are qualified to quote unquote diagnose a narcissist. I'm a special education teacher. It's not my job to diagnose a narcissist. However, I will say that narcissistic personality disorder is underdiagnosed. Why? Because narcissists do not think that anything is wrong with them. They're not going to go to therapy. They're not going to go to be diagnosed. Most of the time, they're not going to listen to you. So any of these numbers, any of these percentages are skewed, okay? The numbers are not correct. You can't say 1% of the population. Where is that data coming from? I urge you to do your research, okay? So when I realized that my ex-husband was a narcissist, I did a lot of research. I thought maybe it was bipolar disorder. And I honestly think that he still could have a cocktail of, different things put together here. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure, right? But as a special ed teacher, I'm used to doing research. I'm used to, children who have IEPs based on their diagnosis, which could be medical, which could be mental health, right? So that's how I started doing my research to find out what was going on in my life and my marriage at the time. So I know people were throwing around the word narcissism without being educated. I also know there are these people that will clap back and say, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't get to diagnose someone. And that in itself had become quite the canned answer. So people are jumping in, keyboard warriors coming in and saying, well, you can't say they're a narcissist, you're not qualified in A, B, C, D. Well, everybody's experience is different. Those people don't get to say, right? So if you think you are married to a narcissist, someone who has narcissistic personality disorder, because you've observed the behaviors, you've experienced it, you've done the research, right? You can say, I believe they have narcissistic personality disorder that is undiagnosed. Now, that might be, again, controversial. It is what it is. My ex-husband, I am pretty damn sure, has narcissistic personality disorder, okay? So we have to be really careful here. When someone says they are hurt by someone who they think is a narcissist, it's not someone else's job to tell them that they're wrong, okay? It's our job to listen. It's our job to pay attention. Or keep on scrolling. Keep on scrolling if it's not your business. But like I said, calling someone out to say you can't say they're a narcissist because you're not qualified, again, is a canned answer in itself. When they don't know any better, they're just typing what they want to type or lashing out or projecting their feelings for whatever reason. That is none of your business, none of my business, right? So I just want to put that out there, that don't be afraid to speak out if someone else is telling you, hey, they're not a narcissist, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't have to listen to them. You lived it, you experienced it, you've done the research, you know what you're talking about, you know you've been abused, right? So I think it's really important to know the difference. And I just want to tell you again that I'm here for you. I wish you peace and healing, whatever stage you're in. If you are still with the narcissist, if you just left the narcissist, know that I am here and I'm praying for you. And I completely understand where you've been and what you're going through. Okay. Have a good day.